Hello, this is J9LP, and last time on Castlevania Portrait of Ruin, we entered the Forgotten City, and we destroyed the last dodo, making it completely extinct, and making Jonathan and Charlotte, along with Eric, the enemy of conservationists everywhere. I'd imagine. I have no idea why. Anyway, so we entered this place through the belly of a worm. Yeah, the worm basically had a huge pyramid on the end of his backside right there. Not necessarily the best thing to do. Oh, will you leave us alone, woman? Jeez. Yeah, so up there, it's really dodgy, really, but well, pretty much conclusion that the worm did actually just park his backside there, and there's nothing much to worry about other than these armoured flea persons who are a general shoving nuisance. Ouch. But Charlotte's got the better of them, so we are a-okay. So we've already been down one side of the pyramid. Oops, actually thinking about it, I just need to make sure something, because one thing about this place, it's a fair bit tricky to highlight the whole map, because you kind of have to be right at the edge of the pyramid. Because it's kind of, well, triangular, it makes it a fair bit difficult. So yeah, we already went down. Well, we already went down one side, and we got a couple of high super items that will actually help us prolong our life just a little bit. And of course there are more items down here which will hopefully do the same, like this thing here, the Attica helmet, which is actually a fairly high powered accessory, which I'll equip Jonathan with now, because you can see it bumps up your attack, defense and strength, so it's definitely definitely good for physical strength. So one thing about this pyramid which makes it different from the other pyramids, other than these horrible, annoying chuffing Quetzalcoatl's who are right real pain in the chaps, you can tell there's a little fleaman on top of it, which kind of makes me think, well, that's just typical, isn't it? Anything with a flea, any kind of flea person has to be like the most annoying enemy in the game, or one of the most annoying enemies in the game, certainly. It's not surprising at all. God, get away from me. Actually, Charlotte, you can clear off. Yeah, get away from me. Just like I said, if you kill enough of these old axe armors, good things will happen, but if I can actually use Charlotte to go up there, and hopefully I always have to find out which one of these will actually help me. Yeah. Oh, nope, not quite. Maybe here. Oh, jeez. This is going to be a little bit of work. There you go. Right, anyways, now I have to tackle this guy again. Anyways, so one thing about... So, as I was saying, one thing about this pyramid is basically the layout is certainly, as with the other areas that we've been to before, well, at least the Dark Academy, the layout is fairly different. For starters, you come in from a different side, from in the... Whoops, go away from me. In the Sandy Grave, we sort of came from the bottom and in the desert. Well, we started off in the desert, but we came up from the bottom of it and climbed up to the top of the pyramid. In this case, we did something completely different. We came from the top and gone into the underground pyramid. So that's one of the things that's kind of interesting about this place. But for the most part, a lot of the things are kind of similar. Like, for instance, this save room here is pretty much in the same place as it was before. Did I? I did, didn't I? It's going to be a lot of this, because I'm not sure if I want to be going back here again, and I don't want to be fucking about with that in all complete, honestly. Get away from me, horrible demon person. Right. Yeah, yeah. It's got to be you. No? Jeez. There you go. Gee, that wasn't too hard, was it? Anyways, let's take care of these lesser demons, because they're only lesser. They're not a problem to deal with it at all. And I think that's all the enemies that are in this area, so I will now ask Charlotte to do a little bit of morphing for us, if she can get the right spell. Thank you very much. And we can go up here. And once we get this, well, we won't actually need to worry about turning into an owl anymore, because this ability, which is the Griffin Wing, will allow us to jump higher with L. And with this, Jonathan Morris now becomes Ken Masters, because he can do this. Sure he can! Pretty much almost every time. That's pretty damn awesome. Is it worth doing that? No, it's not, but I'll do it anyway, just in case, because another thing about this pyramid, unlike the pyramid we had in before, with two Quetzalcoatl tools to do with here, is that it's really rather linear compared to the pyramid in the Sandy Grave, because we go into this room and we find this Gorgon. It's basically the tougher version of the Cato, whatever you want to call it, that we met in, I think, well, I met in the main castle in that really old dark area. Steady on, Laura, jeez. Right, Laura, you need to be converted. You need your religion converted, thank you very much. And I'll grab your Princess Tiara, which I can actually put on, indeed, Charlotte. Although I'm not sure if that's actually going to be better than the Holy Veil. Oh, well, it kind of is in terms of luck. But I do need a fair bit of int. Let's pull it on anyway. I'm sure she'll look good in the tiara. So in this, the layout of this pyramid is a fair bit different, purely because yeah, it's a bit more linear, and you're kind of forced into certain areas to get stuff. So it's not as free roaming as the pyramid in Sandy Grove. So you'll get huge shafts like this one, where nothing but guests. And yeah, this is now down at the bottom. So good thing about going down here is I don't have to worry about dealing with that anymore. But there's a book, the Book of Death, which is actually something that Charlotte, and this Book of Death, it takes her defense down a fair bit, but of course when she uses it, well, you was going to think, oh, it's actually death. Nope, it's not. It's actually Anubis, who, as we know, is the, well, as you may not know, but is actually the, I think is the god, the Egyptian god of embalmment. So that is pretty much a link to death there. So thought we weren't going to do any morphing, but apparently, nope, we can do that once more. We can turn them into a frog as well, but yeah, it was a bit more fun in this regard and a bit easier to deal with. And here we will find another co-op move. I know it's usually called a dual crush, but I'm just going to go co-op more because I'm awkward. Like that. The meteor is a powerful spell that summons, well, a meteor. I mean, what else would it summon called? But yeah, that is what that does. So that is the deal there. So let's just go up this shaft. Hopefully not get hit by a boulder too much. I got there a little bit quicker in all honesty, but that's just me being awkward. Let's just go. Thank you very much. Meet more or less D persons. Demon persons. I don't want to call them D persons. Look at them all dying in a line. That's the fun part that they have to do. Okay, so now we've got more ectoplasmic slime balls and ghosts. There's that 3 of them here, I think. That's 1, 2, and 3. Devilish. And yeah, these shafts go fairly deep in them. Oh, look, this one goes on forever. Jeez. Okay, go away from me. Right, let's go to the room over here, where we will meet our friend El Geezer. Which actually have a very interesting link to the music and that is playing in this level, which I said before is actually comes from a MSX game called King's Valley 2. And the subtitle to that game is something like the Temple of El Geezer or something like that. I've completely forgotten, but whoops, I'll have to be dealing with these horrible persons again. The light keepers. Yeah, ouch, they are such a pain to deal with. But they are certainly what I would call another really annoying enemy. I think the Gorgon actually poisons you, so that is definitely a thing. Get away from me! Stop throwing your horrible, nasty stuff on me. Anyway, so in the end here, we just get this platinum corset for Charlotte. I don't think it's more powerful than the Europa's dress, so I'll just show you how that's what you can get. In fact, I might as well just de-equip her and you can see what it does. If I can actually get her properly, sir. So yeah. So it just basically bumps up her physical defense, which, well, if you like that sort of thing, I can just bump up everything with the Europa's dress, so I'm fine with that. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's just go through here again and deal with these L-prizes, who obviously are much easier to deal with now. And if I go here, they give me a fair amount of skill points. One good thing about going through the levels here is that there are quite a few enemies in here that do have a very sizable number of skill points, like this Jackaboons, another Skeleton who likes throwing his bits about. And there are a couple of types in here. One who's a lot more powerful than the other. That isn't the one we're talking about. Well, in all complete honesty. Let's just pop down here. There's nothing much more in here than demon herds. I'm pretty sure I'm missing a secret somewhere. I wish I could remember where. Something like it was. I'm pretty sure it was in one of these shafts. I have to remember. Anyways, so over here, not much else really. This is pretty much the end of an era. So what's in here is just another teleportation unit and serum, which I think we're actually going to end this video here, and then we can explore the rest of the pyramid to find some even more very interesting stuff, and maybe hopefully get to the boss. Well, we'll see if that happens in the next video, folks.